The Holy Temple is where people kneel down on their knees to pray in God's presence until His nation is established. Now, a new temple is being built in the dawn of the era after the heavens. Our blood, sweat, and tears will be its pillars, and the words and love will be its bricks, the pride of all man. God's church will now be built. The foundation to realize the CheonBok will be settled.
천복궁을 만들라. 천복궁. 하나님의 복을 쌓아둘 수 있는 궁.
Fatherland of Faith, Korea. Providential history lies in its background, where people live for the sake of their family, tribe, and nation. The Unification movement, pure love rallies, and UN innovation movements were promoted. Nevertheless, efforts to develop the church were relatively insufficient.
섭리의 바퀴, 다시 말해서 우리가 지금까지 하고 왔던 그 성공 활동이라든가 참가정 교회 또는 참가정 활동이라든가 순결 활동 이런 사회 활동들이 많은 그런 어떤 그 수레바퀴 한 바퀴, 예, 그다음 또 하나의 수레바퀴는 이제 교회가 성장돼야 되는 교회 성장의 수레바퀴. 이 둘의 수레바퀴가 같이 이제 굴러가서 다시 우리가 교회 성장에 박차를 가함으로써 두 수레바퀴가 함께 같은 방향으로 같은 목적으로 가야 된다고 봐집니다.
Mega churches in Korea, the Full Gospel Church, Samil Church, and Sunyin Church still have enormous influence in Korean society. We need a new temple for the era of CheonBok, where God can reside. We need a new temple which represents the unification family in this era after the heavens. Not the temple of disbelief like the Tower of Babel. This temple will be a world temple where God, the true parents, and all our church members can unite. Church development can be accomplished based on an internal foundation with external support. The true parents sent forth the true children on the providential front line to accomplish this undertaking. The true father set forth Kook Jin Moon to be in charge of external support of the church. After his inauguration as foundation chairman in 2005, Kook Jin Moon accomplished a turnaround of the group through intensive management innovation for the first time in its history. He emphasized that the church will be the basis for the companies to grow.
우리 중심은 교회입니다. 바로 교회는 잘 돼야지 우리 통일그룹은 성공하지요. 우리 통일그룹 안에 힘은 다 모여야 됩니다. 그리고 우리 동생 더 성공하기 위해서 다 밀어줘야지 돼요. 그러면 우리는 아버님 원하는 것을 다 달성할 수 있습니다. 아버님 꿈 일으켜 줄 수 있습니다.
Given his task, Kook Jin Moon started his tour to 120 churches. Starting from the headquarters church, he toured Seoul, Incheon, Daejeon, Gwangju, Busan, and all the way to Cheonjedo. For 1 year, he met ministers and members throughout the nation, connecting hearts and conveyed the true Father's message. He emphasized the importance of integrated growth of the businesses and church, and promised to develop the foundation in order to support the church and providential organizations.
We have a very important issue to talk about today. Today, we're at a point where, in our church's development, where we have to bring our church to a new level. We have to create for our church and our families and our children a new environment, a new organization, a new construction, a new building, so that our brothers and sisters today and in the future can have hope and vision for what the Unification Church will continue to represent for the next 1,000 years, and the next 10,000 years. And this vision is something that we as a church and as a community have an obligation to substantiate during the time of our true parents, so that our true parents in their hearts and minds can truly feel settled and comforted and certain that their work will continue on for generations to come. My brothers and sisters, this is not an easy task. This undertaking which we are proposing to undertake at this time will be challenging. The amount of investment which we require to build this church is in excess of $100 million. This is a tremendous burden and an obstacle for us to overcome. But if you can come and see this ministry here in Korea, if you can come and feel the presence of God and the Holy Spirit in the church, in Hyungjin's church, and you can see the joy which exists among our brothers and sisters there, and the inspiration they receive, then you can understand that this work at this time is necessary. So please, brothers and sisters, I ask you all to give us your attention, to give us your support, to make our hope and our dreams for our entire movement and our church achieve, to bring it into realization, to actualize it, and to fulfill our true parents' hopes and dreams, to fulfill God's hopes and dreams, and to fulfill our hopes and dreams. Thank you very much.
Meanwhile, Hyungjin Nim made internal conditions to lay the foundation to initiate church development. He was inaugurated as Chief Minister of the Headquarters Church in December 2007. During the next year in April, he was appointed as International Chairman and Chairman of the Unification Church in Korea. The true parents sincerely blessed him with a prayer. Hyungjin Nim and Yana Nim determined in tears to fully accomplish their given mission. Hyungjin Nim and Yana Nim always approaching members with humbleness. Members who were longing for the true parents' love received the grace through the true children. Hyungjin Nim and Yana Nim's humbleness drew the tears which members had forgotten in the past long ago.
형제님의 천일국 예배가 식구들을 심정을 울리고 있습니다. 참부모님의 전통을 이어받아서 전 세계적으로 이 운동이 확산되었으면 합니다.
That we can stand on this foundation and be here and to be able to worship together with Hyungjin Nim. It's a really wonderful ministry, it's an exciting ministry, and it's a growing ministry.
Showing the way through one's action in daily life, consistently continuing early morning prayer conditions, making visits to families once every week, not based on the relationship of a minister and church member. It has enlightened us to see that we are all children, brothers and sisters of God and the true parents. The goal of one family under God is now being realized together with political and religious leaders from around the world.
아버님께서는
교회는 천국 생활의 훈련장이라고 하셨습니다. 교회는 하나님과 참 부모님께 봉헌하는 예배는 물론 교육, 문화, 그리고 참 사랑을 나누는 열린 공간으로 우리에게 필요합니다. 천일국 창건을 향한 우렁찬 함성이 울리고 있는 이 시대에 형제님은 세계회장으로서 한국뿐 아니라 세계 앞에 자랑스럽게 내보일 수 있는 세계 본부 교회를 하늘 앞에 봉헌하고자 하십니다.
CheonBok Gung, the holy temple of the Third Jerusalem and the holy temple of the completion period. CheonBok Gung is God's cherished wish and the true parent's ideal. It will be the cradle of faith for all our members around the world and the central sacred grounds of all religions. CheonBok Gung will be a place for worship, education, culture, and social welfare, as well as the CheonBok Culture Center to serve and contribute to members and local society. God and the true Father's thought will be taught to all those in need of the divine principle, starting from second and third generations. This is where the Shimjung culture will be realized through various cultural experiences and education done in small group activities. This is not only where church members will join together, but will be a place where all men will discuss peace and share true love, centering on the vertical standard.
한국에서는 한국이 천주국을 만들어서 일본은 이제 천복궁을 만들어야 돼.
After receiving his calling from the heavens at the age of 16, the true parent's life course was a difficult, thorny path in search of God's nation, sovereignty, and people on this earth. Despite the hardships of prison life for 6 times in the face of the distrust and jealousy of the world, his calling for salvation of mankind, peace, and unification continued. June 13th, 2006. The true parents acceded to the throne as the King of Peace from the position of the slaves of slaves. On this victorious foundation of the cosmic level, the true parent's love flourishes in CheonBok Gung to convey heaven's blessing to the world.
천명을 내리시고 어저께 2008년 1908년에 10월 12일 그 7시 딱 7시에 내려주셨습니다. 딱 7시에 세계 평화 통일 성전 천복궁 명명을 내리게 되셨습니다.
(6,000 years of heaven's grief. The true parents' cherished dream throughout their lifetime. Receiving heaven's blessing and settling its roots all over the world in order to build the starting point of the substantial able UN. This will become the sacred ground of all religious groups, the holy palace of all religious people, until the day CheonBok is realized. One family under God. Let's move on to become owners of the CheonBok.